Hare Krishna. We'll start with the invocation prayers. The invocation prayers are on the introduction page of Bhagavad Gita. Follow along. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijan Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you all for coming. We also welcome Chaitanya Prabhu. He is also in the process of getting caught up from the class recordings. Welcome, and please continue to feel free to ask any and all questions. So today we will be summarizing chapters 1 and 2. So I had sent you all a chart that you should all have, and we will be populating that chart. And the last part of the class, I will also explain how to offer obeisances at the temple, what to do and what not to do when you are at the temple. So I will go at a set pace. Otherwise, I will not be able to complete these summaries. So if you miss writing anything on the chart, then complete your chart by listening to class recording. If anything is not clearly audible, by all means, feel free to get clarification as I'm speaking. But otherwise, whatever you miss, just listen to the recording. And before we begin, the announcement is that from next week onwards, 7th December, Saturday onwards, this batch number 6 will get merged with batch number 7. And the combined batch class time will be on Saturdays, Toronto time 9:45 a.m. and India time will be 8:15. So right now nobody's from India from the other batch, but I will inform them in the other batch. So next Saturday onwards, 7th December, the time will be 9:45 a.m. Toronto time. I will of course post message for this in the group as well. So everybody has their chart ready, and populate on the right chart that chapter 1 layout is slightly different as compared to chapter 2. Chapter 1 has 4 sections and chapter 2 has 5 sections. So populate at the correct place that you will populate at chapter 1. So how it will happen is, for each of the boxes, on the screen you will see highlighted in yellow, and I will speak the points that you will be populating in those respective boxes. Everybody set?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So we'll first populate Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. So you have the name of the chapter in English is Observing the Armies on the Battlefield. And in Sanskrit, it's Sainya Nirikshan Yoga, or the other Sanskrit name is Arjun Vishad Yoga. Now, section 1, title is Preparation for War. Section 1 verses are 1 to 13. Section essence, you have 10 bullet points to write. So write in small words that it can fit on the chart that I sent you. First, Kurukshetra, holy place, will favor the pious Pandavas. Second, Dharmakshetra means dharma will be preserved and unwanted weeds removed. Third, Dhritarashtra not treating his sons and Pandavas equally. Fourth, Duryodhan using thoughtful speech to praise others. Fifth, expert in speech but evil intentions is like cobra decorated with jewel. Sixth, person's caliber known by purity, not by speech. Seven, in Kali Yuga, good speech is considered scholarly. Eighth, do not mistake good speech as spiritual advancement. Ninth, attachment makes powerful powerless. 10th point, Dhritarashtra's and Duryodhans. Non-devotee, materialistic, politician qualities described. Everyone on the same page? Is that a reasonable pace that I'm going?
Yes, Prabhu.
The rest of you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, section 2. Title is Science of Victory. Section 2 verses are 14 to 20. Section 2 essence, you have 5 bullet points to write. First, Krishna's dramatic entry in Bhagavad Gita on a magnificent chariot. Second, Rishikesha means master or controller of senses. Third, signs of victory are Krishna, goddess of fortune, Hanuman, venue, transcendental conch shells, and Agni Dev's chariot. Fourth, fearless is not absence of fear. It is the awareness of the presence of that which is above fear. Fifth point, fearlessness also comes from knowledge. Section 3, title is Krishna as Bhakta Vatsal. Section 3 verses are 21 to 25. Section 3 essence, you have 9 bullet points to write. First, Maya comes through eyes. Krishna comes through ears. Second, 3 ways to get evidence are: first, pratyaksha means direct evidence. Second, anuman means hypothesis. Third, shabda means spoken words. Third point, through our eyes, we see and feel all sorts of pleasure readily available around us as real. This is an illusion. Fourth, Krishna is far away and irrelevant is also an illusion. Fifth point, pratyaksha, very dangerous due to our imperfect senses. Sixth, even exalted devotee like Arjuna, even in presence of Krishna, became bewildered because Arjuna relied on pratyaksha. Seventh, pratyaksha causes illusion. Shabda takes us out of illusion. Eighth, don't walk around with eyes closed, but use intelligence and discrimination when you see something. Ninth, when pratyaksha or sensory perception causes illusion, consult with Guru Sadhu, and Shastra. Section 4, title is Arjuna's Lamentation. Section 4 verses are 26 to 43. Section 4 essence, you have 18 bullet points to write. Your section is a little bigger. It should fit 18 bullet points if you write in reasonable font. And the number sequence will be A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D will also follow. In all, it's 18 points. So first, Arjuna gives 5 reasons for not fighting. Fifth reason is in chapter 2. Second, so this becomes the heading, subsection 1 of 4, verses 26 to 30. Compassion for body. So 2a, Arjuna felt compassion even for soldiers of opposite party. To be such compassion not due to weakness, but due to his soft-heartedness, a characteristics of pure devotee of the Lord. 2c, devotee has all the good qualities of demigods. Third is again a heading for subsection. Third is subsection 2 of 4, verses 31 to 35. Loss of enjoyment. 3a, materially, everyone wants to satisfy his senses. And he wants God to be the order supplier for such satisfaction. 3b, but Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. 3c, if we try to satisfy senses of Govinda, then automatically our own senses are satisfied. Four is again a subsection heading. 4 is subsection 3 of 4, verses 36 to 38. Fear of sinful reaction. 4a, no bad reaction for killing 6 kinds of aggressors, because their misdeeds are so grievous. Fifth is again a subsection heading. Fifth, subsection 4 of 4, verses 39 to 43. Destruction of family tradition. 5a, Arjuna is calling Kula Dharma as Sanatan, means eternal Dharma. But in reality, serving Krishna is Sanatan, eternal Dharma. So up to here, if you all add the points in sequence, it will become 13 points. So now it's point number 14. Arjuna, completely overwhelmed, seems to be in lose-lose situation. Fifteen, Arjuna's Gandiva represents the living entities' determination to serve Krishna. 16, by pratyaksha, inferring based on seeing, it eats away our determination. (17) Whereas Shabda revives our determination. 18 Hearing, understanding BG, Bhagavad Gita, will restore our determination to serve Krishna. Next box you have for chapter purpose and essence. There are 2 bullet points to write. First, need for spiritual knowledge. Second, Arjuna's or devotees' qualification to receive spiritual knowledge. Okay. Now, the key points section, you don't have dividers, but essentially you try to divide according to these sections. And even though it looks like a very small space, you are only writing keywords. So it's key points or keywords. So even though, for example, under section 1, you will be writing 3 points, but they are in brief, real brief, or the essence of the whole section 1. Similarly, for each of the section, you will realize that it should fit. So again, try to create a divider like under each respective section. So section 1, you have 3 points to write. Dharma Kshetra. Second, non-devotee materialistic qualities of Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. Third, speech. So key points for section 2, 3 points. First, Rishikesha, master of senses. Second, science of victory. Third, fearless. Section 3, key points or keywords. You have 3 points. First, Pratyaksha Praman causes illusion. Second, Shabda takes us out of illusion. Third, consult Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Section 4, key points. Three key points you have to write. First is devotee qualities: compassionate, soft-hearted, thoughtful, submissive. Second, 6 aggressors. Third, Arjuna's Gandiva represents our determination to serve Krishna. Everybody on the same page? Everybody populated chapter 1 summary?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is this a good snapshot of chapter 1? Everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Rest of you?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Will this help in trying to remember and recall Bhagavad Gita when someone asks you a question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
All right. So now let's do chapter 2 summary in similar fashion. So chapter 2 is titled Contents of Gita Summarized. In Sanskrit, Sankhya Yoga. Section 1 title Arjuna's Further Doubts and Surrender. Section 1 verses are 1 to 10. Section 1 essence. You have 6 bullet points to write. First, Bhagwan means possessor of all 6 opulences in full. Second, Arjuna's options are A. If Arjuna wins the fight, he cannot enjoy. B. If Arjuna loses his life. C. If Arjuna does not fight, then lives as a beggar, is disgraceful. Third bullet point, Arjuna gives indecision as fifth reason to not fight. Fourth, intelligence means to know what to do when you don't know what to do. Fifth point, Arjuna surrenders to Krishna at 2.7, inquiring what is best in long run. Please instruct. Sixth point, Arjuna's problem is at emotional level. Winning war is at physical level. Winning war will not solve the emotional problem. Section 2, title, Jnana -5. There is no death for soul. Section 2, verses 11 to 30. Section 2, essence. You have 6 bullet points to write. First, Arjuna's argument in 1.26 to 30. Compassion for relatives and body answered here. Second, no death for eternal soul. Compassion for temporary body which cannot be saved is ignorance. Third, Krishna using strong words to cut up the attachment to body. Fourth, Krishna refutes Mayavad and establishes eternality of personality and eternality of individuality. Fifth, Krishna's first lesson is you are not this body, but you are a soul. Sixth point, various qualities of soul are described. Section 3, title Karma Kanda dash fight. By performing prescribed duties, gain material enjoyment. Section 3 verses are 31 to 38. Section 3 section, you have 8 bullet points to write. First, Arjuna's argument in 1.31 to 35 do not fight because cannot enjoy as victory tainted with blood is answered here. Second, Krishna says, if you don't fight, you will not be able to enjoy. Third, Karma Kanda is the first application of Atma Gyan described in chapter 2, section 2, verses 11 to 30. Fourth, Karma Kanda provides material enjoyment at dharmic level. Fifth, first step to get out of bodily concept of life is Karma Kanda. Sixth, Karma Kanda leads to gradual elevation. Seventh, doing duty.
Sorry, Prabhuji, can you say that again?
Which sixth point you want?
No, the 7th point.
Okay.
Just starting.
Yeah, seventh. Okay. 7th point. Doing duty results in material gains. Heaven or kingdom on earth. 8th point. Not doing duty results in sinful reaction. Material loss, infamy, and sin. Section 4, title is Buddhi Yoga dash fight, but without any reaction. Meaning Nishkam Karma Yoga. Section 4 verses are split in two parts, so write small. Verses 39 to 46, Karma Yoga described. And 47 to 53, how to practice Karma Yoga. Section 4 essence, you have 8 bullet points to write. First, Arjuna's argument in 1.36 to 38. Fear of sinful reaction answered here. Second, Krishna says, by working in Nishkam Karma Yoga way, you can stay free of all sinful reactions. Means acting with detachment. Third, Nishkam Karma Yoga is second and next level of application of Atma Gyan. Fourth, pious or karma kanda way will take one to heaven at best. But heaven is also temporary plus place of misery. So Krishna says, work with detachment to get higher than heaven, meaning liberation. Fifth, verses 39 to 46, Krishna describes Karma Yoga and compares Karma Yoga with Karma Kanda. Sixth, consciousness abducted by material desires, Bhoga and Aishwarya, hence one pointed attention to devotional service is not possible. Seventh, 2.47, Nishkam Karma Yoga, 4-part verse. A, you have right to duty. B, you have no right to results. C, you are not the doer. D, not doing duty will not purify you. Eighth, equanimity or art or expertise means yoga. Okay, so section 5, as I had explained, that it will not fit in the space on the chart. So write on the on a separate page. You can populate the section title and verses here. but the essence will definitely not fit in the box, no matter how small you write. So section 5, title, Sthita Prajna dash fight. Become fixed in Krishna consciousness. Section 5 verses are 54 to 72. Section 5 essence, you have 22 bullet points to write. So they all will run in ABCD, 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 but in essence, you will have about 22 points to write. Arjuna questions, who is this Nishkam Karma Yogi? Will he fight? Arjuna's question 1 is Ka Bhasha. What are his characteristics? Answer to question 1. A. Give up external pleasures. B. Satisfied within by turning mind inwards. For soul, body, and mind are external. Question 2. Kim Prabhaseta. What is his speech? Answer to question 2. A is equipoised in happiness and distress. B. Happiness generates more desires. C. Good or bad, that distracts us from Krishna consciousness is upheaval. Question 3. Kim Asita. How he restrains senses. Answer to question 3, point A. Withdraw or use senses like tortoise. B. Senses are weak points and serpents. C. Control senses according to a plan. D. Dhyayato. Imagination is the problem. Question 4. Kim Vrajeta. How engage his senses? Answer to question 4. Point A. Simultaneous to controlling senses, positively engage senses in Krishna consciousness. B. Regulative principles of freedom stop impurities. C. Scriptures are our intelligence. D. Senses take us into a storm. E. One of the senses can drag mind away. F. Spiritual day equals material night. G. Do not be desirer of desires. Chapter Purpose and Essence. You have 6 points to write. You have lots of space. First, Sankhya Yoga. Second, Bhagavad Gita summary. Third, various yoga paths. Fourth, qualities of soul. Fifth, Krishna's first instruction in 2.13. You are not body, but a soul. And sixth point, 2.47, Nishkam Karma Yoga. So the key points again, the space is very small and the divider is not there, but you create a divider for each section. And you definitely have very small space than what you need to write. So write in real small fonts or take notes on a different page. So key points for section 1, you have 5 points to write. First, 6 opulences. Second, Shreyas. Third, miserly weakness. Fourth, surrender. Fifth, forest fire. Section 2, key points. You have 4 points to write. Eternal soul, temporary body. Second, strong words. Third, Mayavad refuted. Fourth, qualities of soul. Section 3, key points. 3 points to write. First is first application of Atmagyan is Karmakanda. Second, how to act in life. Third, doing duty results enjoyment. Not doing duty results sin. Section 4, key points, 3 points to write. Nishkam Karma Yoga, second application of Atmagyan. Second, equanimity and art of work are yoga definitions. Third, act with detachment results in liberation. Section 5, key points. Sthita Prajna, very practical section. And the second point is all the points of section 5 essence. Is that a good snapshot of chapter 2 as well?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Rest of you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So visualize what has happened so far in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna says, I cannot fight with my friends and relatives. For Arjuna's compassion as a reason to not fight, Krishna says, you are eternal soul. Temporary body cannot be saved. Eternal soul cannot be killed. Compassion for temporary body is ignorance. This Atmagyan is Krishna's first instruction. For Arjuna's loss of enjoyment as a reason to not fight, Krishna says, by doing your duty, you will enjoy heaven or this world, means this is karma kanda. Arjuna's duty as a Kshatriya is to fight. And Krishna says, actually, if you don't do your duty of fighting, then you will not be able to enjoy. Karma kanda is the first application of Atmagyan. Karma kanda is the first step to get out of bodily concept of life. Then for Arjuna's fear of sinful reaction as a reason to not fight, Krishna is taking Arjuna one step higher from karma kanda to karma yoga, means acting with detachment, that is nishkam karma yoga. Then there will be no reaction. Nishkam karma yoga is the second and next level higher application of Atmagyan. Krishna answers Arjuna's questions to know who is this Tita Prajna, who is this Nishkam Karma Yogi. Arjuna asks 4 questions which we populated in chapter 2, section 5. So question 1 is Ka Bhasha. What is his characteristics? Answer is give up external pleasures, be satisfied within by turning inwards. Because for a soul, both mind and body are external. Second question is Kim Prabhaseta. What is his speech? Answer is be equipoised in happiness and distress. Because happiness generates more desires, and good or bad that distracts us from Krishna consciousness is upheaval. Third question is Kim Asita. How does he restrain his senses? The answer is withdraw or use your senses like a tortoise. Senses are our weak points and venomous serpents. Control your senses according to a plan. Dhyayato means imagination is the problem. Drishtva means seeing is not the problem. It's when we see something and let our imagination run wild, that's where the problem begins. Fourth question is Kim Vrajeta. How does he engage his senses? So answer is simultaneous to controlling senses, positively engage senses in Krishna consciousness. Regulative principles of freedom stop the impurities. Scriptures are our intelligence. They are these senses that take us into a storm. Even one of the senses can drag the mind away. And spiritual day means period of activity or interest of spiritualist is materialistic people's night. And do not be desirer of desires. Is that what has happened so far in Bhagavad Gita? Yes, no.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So I'll first give you homework for today, spiritual endeavor. So I want you to have these populated charts in front of you while doing your spiritual endeavors. So compare chapter 1 and chapter 2 side by side. So chapter 1, section 4, Arjuna gives 4 reasons. So if I can also simultaneously bring up on screen as I'm talking. So section 4, chapter 1, Arjuna gives 4 reasons. And chapter 2 has the answers. So if you compare it that way, one by one, you will see the answers flow very naturally. That first, chapter 1, section 4, subsection 1, verses 26 to 30, compassion, reason, and then the answer is there in chapter 2, section 2, verses 11 to 30. Krishna gives the answer that temporary body cannot be saved, eternal soul cannot be killed. Therefore, compassion for temporary body is ignorance. Then go back to chapter 1, section 4, subsection 2, verses 31 to 35. Loss of enjoyment as the reason to not fight. And the answer is there in chapter 2, section 3, verses 31 to 38. Krishna says, if you do karma kanda, then you will enjoy. Otherwise, you cannot enjoy. Karma kanda is the first application of Atma Gyan, the knowledge that you are a soul. Then go back to chapter 1 again, section 4, subsection 3, verses 36 to 38, fear of sinful reaction. The answer is there in chapter 2, section 4, verses 38 to 53 or 39 to 53. 38 is an overlapping verse. The Nishkam Karma Yoga, section 4, where Krishna says that if you act with detachment in material world, then there will be no reaction. Thus, there will be no sin. So at the start of chapter 2, I had said that you all will get overwhelmed. So here's a question for everyone. Is everyone finding this summary comfortable?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Few of you had anyway mentioned to me offline that you are overwhelmed, or some also mentioned in class. So I had mentioned that this summary chart will help reduce the overwhelming situation, or at least to a certain extent, it will reduce your overwhelming situation. So anyone still overwhelmed? Yes, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, for what? Are you still overwhelmed?
No, Prabhu, like my doubts are clear now. Like
Okay.
I was overwhelmed when you were discussing chapter 1 and 2.
Okay. Rest of you, anybody still overwhelmed?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji. Actually, this chart quite helpful.
Okay. Rest of you have not answered. If you feel
Yes,
uncomfortable.
Prabhuji, the chart is very helpful.
Okay.
Yes, yes, it is very helpful. We can compare 1 and 2 very easily now.
So if anybody still has any doubts, is still feeling overwhelmed, then by all means connect with me offline, and I can try to help you further. So the homework is that just as I walked you through the chapter 1 and chapter 2 sections side by side, so read one section at a time, the verses. So for example, go back to chapter 1 and the first section is verses 1 to 13. So we are on chapter 1 on the screen as well. So you read the summary, the essence, the verses, the key points, and you read all the verse translation and purports, and then come back to this summary again, and everything should register in you. Everybody understands the homework?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Anybody needs clarification on the homework? So this way, read all the sections, all the verses, all the purports, section by section, together with your summary in front of you. And that way, this chapter 1 and chapter 2 should register and remove all the doubts, remove all the overwhelming situation. If not, you can still call me. And Arjuna's question in chapter 1, verses 37 to 43 about destruction of family will get answered in chapter 3. Next point, I want all of you to talk to me about my performance. That I am a servant for you all. I request feedback from you all so that I can serve you all properly. At the start, I had stated that by end of chapter 2, at least some of you will get somewhat polished. So I request all of you to please let me know on one or more of the below points that I am about to speak. If at least one of you has been polished somewhat, to answer this question, some of the key points you can consider what we have discussed are: first, did you all got woken up with a jolt few times? Second, do you all realize the need for scriptural study? Third, do you all realize the need and value of studying Bhagavad Gita in devotee association rather than by yourself? Fourth, at least theoretically, do you know that you are not this body, but you are a soul? Fifth, at least theoretically, do you know how to live in this world as a soul? Those coming for services at the Toronto Temple have practiced to a certain extent, and some are coming tomorrow and will practice on how to live as a soul in this world. Sixth point, do you realize to treat the mind as an untrusted outsider? Because it is this mind that has been making us take birth after birth after birth for at least 155 trillion years in this cycle of creation. Plus, to be able to see the mind to a certain extent, and the process to control mind is by giving a safe playing space of Krishna conscious activities. Seventh, how to control mind and senses is not by restricting the use of senses, rather by engaging the mind and senses properly in devotional services according to scriptures. And the eighth and the last point, To revive our lost relationship with God, Krishna, we have to learn to develop relations with each other, with all devotees. So my humble request to all of you, if at least any one of you has been polished somewhat, then all glories are for Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. If no one got polished, then it is my fault. So I request all of you to please provide feedback or at least chastise me. If you want to develop relations, then at least chastise me instead of just being a spectator. And also provide feedback in terms of the approach that we are going, whether I need to adjust anything on my approach. Everybody will be able to do this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So I will give my feedback right now. It's not necessarily a feedback, but just repeating some of the suggestions that I have given earlier. That you all need to do the spiritual endeavors every week, like reading purports, listening to Prabhupada lectures, answering questions. This is absolute mandatory. Some of you might have assumed that if you are planning to skip the next class, then there is no need to do spiritual endeavor. No, that is not correct. Even if you plan to miss the next class, you still should complete the spiritual endeavor every week. And otherwise, if you keep these recordings for yourself and don't listen, then these recordings will pile up very, very soon. I will tell you from my own experience that Krishna conscious activities are too many. If you try to get involved with all or many of the activities, yes, it is good, but you will burn yourself. Therefore, have a balance between health, sadhana, and service. My Guru Maharaj has sent a message to all disciples some time back with a keyword unmoved. That if you don't read regularly, if you don't listen to lectures regularly, then you become unmoved. Unmoved means insecure or confused or lacking contact with reality. Therefore, read regularly, do your spiritual endeavors. We have discussed at great length that to the extent we regularly connect with reading scriptures, listening lectures, then we act intelligently. Otherwise, we don't act intelligently. Because at initial stages of our spiritual life, we cannot trust our intelligence. It is Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra that are our intelligence. Srila Prabhupada has about 400 plus lectures on Bhagavad Gita. I have spent a lot of time narrowing down on relevant lectures on the topics that we are discussing in class. So I am not giving you random lectures of Srila Prabhupada to listen to. Therefore, please take time to listen to Srila Prabhupada's lectures and do your spiritual endeavors every week. Everybody on the same page? Everybody will follow this? Any challenges? Let me know.
Yes, Prabhuji will follow that.
Yes, Prabhuji, I will also follow.
Yes, Prabhuji, I will also follow.
Yes, we will follow.
Yes, I will follow too.
Thank you very much. So here's a question for everyone. As Bhagavad Gita is summary of entire Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 is summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. So in one sense, we have completed the entire Bhagavad Gita. So my question is, from next class onwards, do we still want to read rest of Bhagavad Gita, or do you want to move on to next scriptures of Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion, Shishopanishad, and Srimad Bhagavatam?
I think
Everybody-
Prabhuji,
everybody please
Prabhuji, we
answer.
still need to study more chapters, because this was just a summary and the detailed explanation will be there in next coming chapters. So it is important to read all of them.
Okay, rest of you?
Yes, Prabhuji, I also agree with the Prabhu say.
Okay, rest of you?
Prabhuji, we
Yes, Prabhuji, we can continue with chapter 3.
Okay,
Yes, we need to go in depth understanding.
okay,
Prabhuji, we need your help to understand it very properly.
okay. So, thank you. All glories are always for Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So for upcoming class on chapter 3, I have posted in the chat a short yoga ladder chart. I request all of you to please print or draw this short yoga ladder chart. The start of chapter 3 is very, very important and a very, very heavy discussion. I request all of you to please join before the start of the class. So one of the things as part of my feedback is that everyone should aim to join 5 to 8 minutes ahead of class start time. Set your alarm 8 to 10 minutes ahead. Don't set your alarm at 2 p.m. Toronto time. No, set it ahead 8 to 10 minutes so that you listen to japa and prepare your consciousness. Chapters 3, 4, and 5 are linked chapters on Karma Yoga. Krishna has given Bhagavad Gita so that we can follow Karma Yoga path to perfection, so that we can very easily come to Bhakti Yoga path. Therefore, the start of chapter 3 is a very important base setting and a very heavy discussion on Karma Yoga for chapters 3, 4, and 5. Now, next class, we will be covering offenses to avoid topic. And then we will start chapter 3. Why? Because majority of spiritual advancement happens by not doing offenses. In sequence, this offenses to avoid topic class will come, say, 1.5 or 2 years down, because it's Nectar of Devotion, chapter number 8. But because this is the single most important topic to not do offenses for your spiritual advancement, therefore we will discuss this offenses to avoid topic almost 1.5 or 2 years ahead of time at our next class. It's going to be super heavy and a super fast-paced class. And as I had explained that from next class onwards, from 7th December Saturday, batch number 6 and 7 will get merged and the class time will change to Toronto time, 9:45 a.m. So I will of course post message for this, but please take note. Everybody on the same page?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Questions, comments, realizations? The last part of our class today, as I mentioned at the start, that I will explain how to offer obeisances at a temple. or even at your home temple, and what to do and what not to do when Gopinath doors are open and when Gopinath doors are closed. So I'm going to bring up on screen a very practical slide and make it interactive, ask lots of questions as we go along, as I am talking, and a lot of things will get clear as we go along. So let's start with this slides. So in my example, I have used images from the Toronto temple. So what I am about to explain to you in terms of how to offer obeisances, meaning Dandvat Pranam, I will explain what I have learned from previous acharyas. Many offer obeisances differently because many of them do not attend classes. So offering obeisances is devotional service, meaning vandanam, namaskar. So offering obeisances or offering prayers is there in Bhagavad Gita 9.34 as well as in Srimad Bhagavatam. And offering obeisances is austerity of body, which is described in 17.14. This offering obeisances is a display of surrender and display of humility and showing respect. So how humility? Because you are accepting Krishna's supremacy. Respect is, of course, you are respecting. And third, devotional service is by offering obeisances, devotee confirms the attitude of submission. So as and when possible, while offering obeisances, try to keep Srila Prabhupada and then the respective altars towards your left. So you can see that how a Vaishnava is offering obeisances full Dandvat, that Prabhupada is on the left. And then when you'll go to the Gopinath altars, all altars should be towards your left as much as possible. Sometimes may not be possible, but generally try to do this. Or at least once in the morning, try to do this properly. Now, do not show your feet to Gopinath while you are offering obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. So you know at the Toronto temple, Prabhupada is here and exact opposite is Gopinath. So offer obeisances sideways so that your heart is on the side of Prabhupada, so that you are not facing your feet to Gopinath. And similarly, when you are offering obeisances to Gopinath or the altars, do not show your feet to Prabhupada. Simultaneously, do not show your back to any of the altars while you are walking. So I will show you with the Toronto temple example, how you should walk in the temple. Now, when you are offering obeisances, this is how to offer obeisances. That, let me get my pen here, that your palms should be touching the feet. Your head should be touching the feet. Your knees should be touching the feet. Sorry, or floor, not feet. Sorry, I will start over again. Your palm should be touching the floor. Your head should be touching the floor. Your knees should be touching the floor. And your feet should be touching the floor. And for Vaishnavis, so for Vaishnavis, you have all these way straight Dandvat Pranam. And for Vaishnavis, this is the way to offer the pranam. Now, although the hand looks like it's folded, but it should be open. Your palms should be touching the floor. Now, here's a question for you all. Is this proper way of offering obeisances? Everybody, please answer quickly. We have a lot to cover.
No,
No.
No.
What is wrong?
the palms are not touching the floor.
Very good. So,
And the feet are also
yeah, so
incorrect.
I'll explain. Yeah, I'll explain this point. So the palms are looks like I'm like folded hands. No, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. You should have your palms touching the feet, the floor. Now, this feet, as you age, it's not possible to have your full feet. So this is okay. This is just the restriction because of as your body age. Now, when you have your japa bag with you, do not offer obeisances with your japa bag in your hand. That's an offense. Put your japa bag somewhere, give it to somebody or hang it somewhere. Offer obeisances by your palm fully touching the floor, just as I showed for Vaishnavas and just as I showed for Vaishnavis. You should not have your hands up also. They should be face down. You are touching the floor, and I'll explain why. In the next slide, I will explain. So I will walk through the whole process of offering obeisances at the temple. I will use the prayers also as an example. So first, let me explain that when Gopinath doors are open, so enter and exit the temple by knocking on the entrance door, and then you offer obeisances right at the door. There are no specific prayers. When Gopinath doors are open, you are offering obeisances right at the door. You are just saying, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna ki jai, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki jai. And when Gopinath doors are open, so in the sequence, before Srila Prabhupada, if you have a living spiritual master, then you first offer obeisances to your living spiritual master. So if Gopinath doors are open and you have a living spiritual master, then you will say Guru Maharaj ki jai, or you will say your Guru Maharaj's name ki jai, then Srila Prabhupada ki jai, then Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, then Shri Shri Gopinath, Radha Krishna ki jai, and Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki jai. And when Gopinath doors are open, in the temple room, you can offer obeisances to your initiating spiritual master. You can offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, and you can definitely offer obeisances to all altars. Beyond this, you cannot offer obeisances to anyone else. Meaning, if Gopinath doors are open, you cannot offer obeisances to Tulsi Maharani. You cannot offer obeisances to other spiritual masters. So, for example, at the Toronto temple, His Holiness Bhaktimarg Swami is generally present. Well, if Bhaktimarg Swami is not your initiating spiritual master, then you cannot offer obeisances to His Holiness Bhaktimark Swami when Gopinath doors are open. You can just say with folded hands, Hare Krishna. And Tulsi Maharani, you cannot offer water, you cannot offer obeisances, you cannot circumambulate Tulsi Maharani. And the sequence of the prayers is important. That first is to your own initiating spiritual master, then to Srila Prabhupada, then to Pancha Tattva, then to Gaur Nitai, then Shri Shri Radha Krishna, then Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani. Now, the other scenario is when Gopinath doors are closed. Enter and exit the temple room still by knocking. Offer obeisances at the door, again with no specific prayers. But because Gopinath doors are closed, at this time you are only saying Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Or if you have your living spiritual master, then you are first offering obeisances to your spiritual master and then to Srila Prabhupada. Then when you are offering obeisances, you are only offering obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. You cannot offer obeisances to other altars when the doors are closed. When Gopinath doors are closed, at that time you can offer obeisances to all devotees, all present in the temple hall. You can offer obeisances to Tulsi Maharani. So, or even your Siksha Guru. Doesn't matter. When Gopinath doors are closed, if whosoever is present and you want to offer obeisances, you can offer obeisances. Everybody on the same page? I will walk you through with an example. And in the morning, those of you who go for Mangal Aarti, you will notice that before the 7 o'clock Aarti, they cover Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada is dressed. So if you are entering the temple room when Prabhupada is getting dressed, then do not offer obeisances to Prabhupada also. Just wait till Prabhupada gets dressed and then you offer obeisances. So again, these are all principles. Many times it may not be possible to offer the obeisances the way I'm describing because temple is very crowded, or physically it's not possible for you or any devotee to offer obeisances, or just as in the pandemic we were not allowed to offer obeisances. So you offer obeisances with folded hands and bow down your head. And you can recite the mantras. I will show you the mantras for what to recite. So Vaishnav can do either of the of the obeisances way. So either the full obeisances or the Panchang way. Either way for Vaishnav is okay. For Vaishnavi, it should always be what you have on the screen in the crouch position as the way to offer obeisances. Meaning for Vaishnav is 8 parts of the body and for Vaishnavi is 5 parts of the body. So I will show you a whole process of how to do obeisances and what all prayers to say. So I will show, because all of you don't have spiritual masters, living spiritual masters, so I will start with Srila Prabhupada. In theory, I should start with my spiritual master, but I'm hoping my spiritual master will understand and forgive me for any shortcomings because I'm trying to explain to you all. So here's Toronto Temple, and exactly opposite to Gopinath is Srila Prabhupada. So you first knock on the door. You can either knock or you can clap or you can just say Hare Krishna, either way. And as soon as you enter, you offer obeisances there and you say Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai, Shri Radha Kirchor Gopinath Ki Jai, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki Jai. Then you go to Srila Prabhupada's altar and you offer obeisances there. So you are offering obeisances in this sequence, and the Vaishnavis will be offering obeisances like this. So Vaishnav will be offering and saying prayers in this position, and Vaishnavis will be offering obeisances and saying prayers in this position. So I will show you prayers, and then you walk diagonally. So I will show you the visual for that also. You walk diagonally to Shri Gaur-Nithai's altar and again say the prayers by offering obeisances. I will again show you prayers. Then you go to the next altar of Shri Radha Krishna, then say prayers for Gopinath, then to Srimati Radharani, and then to the third altar of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani. You again offer obeisances and prayers like this. Everybody on the same page? Before I show you the whole process with the prayers, please ask questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we also have the deities of the Lord Narasimha, the small deities.
Yeah.
So we have to pay obeisances like after we pay obeisances to Radha Krishna or Gopinath, or to before?
Yeah, after is okay. I mean, Narasimha Dev is Krishna himself. So if you are offering obeisances to Gopinath, you are anyway offering to Narasimha Dev. But if you want, either way, it doesn't matter. Either
Okay.
before or after, it doesn't matter. But try to follow what I'm showing you. Try to follow that. Either way, it doesn't matter. Tara?
Yes.
Prabhuji, I have two questions.
Mhm.
First one is there is two other senior and or advanced devotees at the Toronto temple.
Yeah, Dakshin Prabhu and Dharmaprana Prabhu, yeah.
Yeah, so do you offer obeisances to them?
So, as long as doors are closed, Gopinath doors, you can offer obeisances if you like. It's not mandatory. Now, you being Vaishnavi, you should not offer obeisances to them. You don't have to.
Okay.
But you can go and say Hare Krishna. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong. You
Yeah.
can offer obeisances, nothing wrong. But understand, you are Vaishnavi. You should not do that.
Okay.
That- It's not
sorry.
mandatory to offer obeisances to them. But in the morning program, when you do Vaishnav Pranam, you are basically offering obeisances to everyone present in the temple room. That
Okay.
is proper way. Tara?
Yeah. Normally, I just like join hands, palms, and just say Hare Krishna to them.
And that is perfect.
Okay.
And generally, he will also respond back with Hare Krishna, or sometimes he's generally absorbed in his chanting. So that's okay. If you actually go and offer obeisances to them, they will not respond at all, because they say, I'm not qualified to offer your obeisances. They will not respond at all.
Okay.
Okay. Was that the only two? Or
One more question. Sometimes I don't get there on time before the doors open.
Yeah.
So while I'm entering the temple, the doors are just opening.
Yeah.
So it's kind of in between situation. They're
Doesn't
not.
matter.
They're
Doesn't
not.
matter. Doesn't matter. You still follow the same process. Whether the doors are open or opening or doesn't matter. You still follow the exact same process what I described, and I will again show right now.
Okay.
Monarch Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, can we offer obeisances to Prabhu sitting on the Vyasasana, though the doors are open?
Prabhu, which Prabhu?
Like Guru Maharaj or someone if sitting on the Vyasasana and giving lecture?
Yeah, so depends whether the one sitting on the Vyasasana is your initiating spiritual master or not. If it is your initiating spiritual master, you can offer obeisances, and you should offer obeisances whether or not the doors are open or closed. And if it is not your initiating spiritual master, and if Gopinath doors are open, then you cannot and you should not offer obeisances to them. You can just say with folded hands, Hare Krishna. when, say, in the Sunday feast lecture, when they are giving lecture, Gopinath doors are still open. Do not offer obeisances to whosoever is sitting on the Vyasasana. When their lecture is finished, that time generally the doors get closed. That time you can go and offer obeisances if you feel like offering obeisances to somebody who's giving a class who is not your initiating spiritual master. All right, Prabhu?
Okay, Prabhu, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So let me show. We are just past 4 o'clock. Just tolerate for a few more minutes, and I will show you the whole process with the prayers, so that you can also take snapshot and follow the same process from this point on. So Gopinath doors are open. You will first knock on the door or say Hare Krishna or clap, doesn't matter. At the very entrance, you will offer obeisances and say Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Kirchur Gopinath ki jai, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Then you will walk to Srila Prabhupada's altar and you are offering obeisances. And in this position, while you are in this position, you are reciting these prayers. And if you have living spiritual master, you are still in this same position. Before Srila Prabhupada's prayers, you are reciting your Guru Maharaj's prayers. So every spiritual master has their separate prayers, but I am showing you with Srila Prabhupada. So in this position, you are reciting these prayers. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitin Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Pashkaita Deshatarine. Now I showed you that your hands were touching the floor. Then you take the hands and put it on your head. That way you are taking the dust of pure devotees who have visited there and you are putting it on your head. Everybody understands the reason for having your palm touching the floor?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, take
Yes,
a
Prabhuji.
snapshot. If you don't know the prayers, take a snapshot of what we have on screen. Same way, then you will walk, and I will show you after this, I will show you how you walk diagonally to not show your back to any of the altars. So now you are at the first altar of Gaur Nitai. So first you are offering, again, the offering is in this position for Vaishnav and in the crouch position for Vaishnavi. First prayers are for Panchatattva. So on the altar, you will see these are the Panchatattva. So you are saying Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. And without standing, you can just continue the next prayers for Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Namo Mahavandanaye Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tosi Nama. So please take a snapshot. Then you walk to Shri Shri Radha Krishna's altar. So first you are saying again in this position that first you are saying prayers to Lord Krishna and then to Srimati Radharani. So Lord Krishna's prayers is Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Tena Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. And then without standing, you can just continue the prayers to Srimati Radharani. In your mind, you can visualize the lotus feet of Gopinath, and then you can visualize the lotus feet, or Srimati Radharani does not show the lotus feet, at least her sandals you can visualize and repeat the prayers. Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. Then you go to Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani's altar, and again in the same position, you will say the Lord Jagannath Pranami Mantra, Jagannath Swami Nayana Pattagami Bhav Tume. Everybody on the same page? Questions, comments, realizations? Okay, so I'm going to show you in terms of walking diagonally um, at the Toronto temple, so that you don't show your feet and your back to either of the altars. So when you offer prayers to Prabhupada, then you walk diagonally. No, no, no. So you walk diagonally and you turn and come here. So that way you are not showing your back to Prabhupada, and you are not showing your back to Gopinath altars also. And when you finish here, instead of just turning here, you go here and then turn this way and go there. And in terms of entering the temple also, so this is Toronto temple. So there is a door here on one side of Prabhupada, and there is a door on the other side of Prabhupada. So try to enter from this side of the door, so that you are not showing your back at all to Prabhupada. You are just coming, offering obeisances, and you are just continuing and walking diagonally to the next altars, turning from behind the pillars on the side of the altars, and that way offering obeisances. Now, when you are also standing at the altar, say when the Aarti is going on, try to stand diagonally, so you stand this way and this way, so that while you are standing, you are not showing your back to Srila Prabhupada as well. So Vaishnav should be towards the Gaur-Nitai altar, and Vaishnavis should be towards Jagannath altar. So understand, while you are walking, sometimes you will end up showing your back to Prabhupada or Gaur-Nitai. I'm saying try as much as possible not to show your back to either of the altars. And when you are sitting in the temple hall for lectures, don't sit with your back to Gopinath, or don't sit with your back to Prabhupada. No, find a different place, or just stand somewhere where you are not showing your back to either of the altars. Questions, comments, realizations? Thank you for tolerating 10 plus extra minutes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when the altar door is closed, do we still do the same obeisances?
So when altar doors are closed, you are only offering obeisances to Prabhupada. You are not offering obeisances to any of the altars.
Okay, thank you.
Prabhuji, when the doors are first opening, right? So the doors are closed. You're waiting by the first door.
Yeah.
It opens, and at that time your back is facing Prabhupada.
It should not face Prabhupada. No, you are standing diagonally. Why would it face Prabhupada?
But everyone is standing in a straight line.
What others are doing, you follow proper process from going forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I already said not everybody is following proper process. I know that. You follow properly. So I'll again show the visual that say right now assume that the doors are closed. So what everybody is doing in the morning generally, or even throughout the day, everybody is standing here.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have their back to Prabhupada. Their back is towards the backside of towards the side of the temple.
Okay.
Right? So you are standing this way. You are not having your back. Tara, clear?
Yes. But that everyone does the same. Okay.
Yeah, what others are doing, I already told you. Not everybody follows the process properly because they do not attend classes, they do not study scriptures. You all, from on a go forward basis, you all do it properly.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, and don't worry about others. Don't try to correct others.
Okay.
We'll discuss this in our next class. Don't try to correct others unless you have a relationship with somebody.
Okay.
We'll discuss this in our next class on the offenses to avoid class.
Sure. Thank you.
Rest of you, questions, comments, realizations?
So while Arati is going on, people raise their arms. That we don't have to do.
No, raising arm is required. You have to do, you just don't have to show your back. So while you are standing, stand diagonally. So Prabhupada is here. So this is the straight line. You are standing diagonally so that you don't have your back towards Prabhupada, but definitely raise hands. And Vaishnavis will generally be on the Jagannath side, standing diagonally. So normally, if you observe me when I come to the temple, when I am standing at Gopinath altar, I will generally stand here. So I am literally diagonal. Or if I am coming from the kitchen altar, the kitchen stairs, then I will come and stand here. So my back is never to any of the altar, although it's not 100% possible not to show the back. Try as much as possible. Everybody on the same page?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yeah, so you all follow the process on a go forward basis properly. What others are doing, forget them. You follow. And if you have some devotee with whom you have proper good relations, to them you can explain, not to everybody and everybody. Dara, clear? You go early morning every day.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah. And Dara, for the Dharmaprana Prabhu and Dakshin Prabhu, yes, offer with folded hands, go and say Hare Krishna.
Yes.
They are pure devotees. Definitely say with folded hands Hare Krishna. But because you are a Vaishnavi, don't offer obeisances to them.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
All right. Are we okay to stop here? We went little 15 minutes over. Thank you for tolerating. We also welcome Shruti. Shruti, I know you joined partway through. Shruti is also in the process of getting caught up. So welcome. Through the recording, she is getting caught up.
Prabhuji, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do we exit?
So exit is also the same way that you do not show your back to any of the altars. Exit can be either of the doors. So if you go to the next slide, where you have the doors on either side of the altar. So exit, you first offer obeisances at the door. If the Gopinath doors are open, then you say Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Radha Kirchor Gopinath ki jai, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki jai, and then you knock and exit. Or if altars are closed and only Prabhupada is there, then you only say Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You can exit, either way is okay. Either way, you can exit. You can just offer obeisances at either of the doors.
Okay. So I normally leave after the Guru Puja. So after the Guru Puja is done, then you go back to all three altars.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
You don't have to. Okay.
You can. I mean, there's no restriction for you to offer obeisances. When you meet tomorrow, we'll meet our dear Vijay Prabhu. That he always jokes that our Siksha Guru, His Grace Rupanuga Prabhu, he offers obeisances so much that Vijay Prabhu says that Rupanuga Prabhu is offering so much obeisances that Gopinath has to put down his flute to offer blessings.
Okay.
So there is no harm in offering as many times obeisances you have to offer.
Okay.
It is up to you. Mansi.
Okay. Thank you.
Mansi?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have one question. Like when the temple doors are closed, but let's say there is His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj is there and he's chanting. So while he's chanting, can we pay obeisances to him or not?
So you should not. So
Okay.
offering obeisances is reciprocation. So he has to also reciprocate. So when he's chanting, like in complete meditation, don't disturb him. Just wait till his chanting is finished and then go and offer obeisances. In the meantime, you can just walk with folded hands to him if he is observing you. But the idea is reciprocation. I'll tell you my personal example with His Holiness Bhakti Swami. So one time I entered the temple and Bhakti Swami was talking on the phone with somebody. So I went and offered him obeisances, and Bhakti Swami actually stopped the phone and said, Rajesh, so at that time I was not initiated and I did not know all these processes. So Bhakti Swami said, Rajesh, I cannot reciprocate with you. I am on the phone. So I said, I apologize. And when Bhakti Swami's phone call was finished, he himself came to talk to me to explain this point that I was on the phone. I cannot reciprocate. So then I offered him obeisances again, and then he also reciprocated with the obeisances, right? Mansi?
Okay, Prabhu. Yes, got it. Thank you.
Everybody on the same page? Okay, we went way over. Thank you for all your super excellent inquiries. Are we okay to stop here?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.